realize how effective a marketing tool it can be. CTWpromotions.com understands your needs. All of their campaigns are fully customized and targeted to each client individually. Whether you have a music/business or a freedom/patriot-related profile, CTW can and will help you get more out of your MySpace profile than you ever could yourself. Clients may typically receive upwards of 2,000 new targeted friends, fans, and networking partners per week. Visit their website to review real testimonials and more. Unlike many others, we guarantee legitimate work. Please visit or email Mike CTW at www.ctwpromotions.com or promotions@conquertheworld.com. Again, that website is www.ctwpromotions.com.
Hi folks, Doug Owen here for TexasTeamSpeak.com, one of the world's largest authorized TeamSpeak host providers on the net. TeamSpeak is a voice-over IP teleconferencing solution that consists of both client and server-side software. The TeamSpeak server acts as a host to multiple client connections capable of handling literally thousands of simultaneous users and works in a variety of applications, such as teammates speaking with one another while playing their favorite online video game, small businesses cutting costs on long-distance charges, or for personal communication with friends and family. With TeamSpeak, you can easily stay connected with your fellow group members or start a special group to invite others to join. Whether you seek a private communication medium or would prefer to host a server open to the public, TeamSpeak is an ideal solution to help communicate your interests with others online. When a word is worth 1,000 keystrokes, use TexasTeamSpeak.com.
The First Amendment in the Bill of Rights limits the government's power by ensuring freedom of speech and preserving the rights of the people. Every day that passes, our rights gradually slip away. It's time to take a stand and let the government know we're tired of losing our rights. LibertyStickers.com will allow you to express your rights and allow millions of people to see you stand up for what you believe in. LibertyStickers.com carries the largest selection of bumper stickers online, ranging from political to humorous, and is your #1 source for Ron Paul for President stickers. As always, you can find your favorite stickers that protest the war and the president. Don't see what you're looking for? Liberty Stickers will custom make stickers that will let you get your message across for all Americans to see. Go to LibertyStickers.com and see pre-made stickers that will get everyone talking. That's LibertyStickers.com or call 877-873-9626. Liberty Stickers, the world's most dangerous stickers.
You are now listening to the Oracle Broadcasting Network, the home of cutting-edge talk radio.
We're back with the American Awakening. Everybody wants to touch somebody if it takes all night. Yes, we're touching Stanley Ann Dunham now, who was supposedly grew up in Kansas like Dorothy and clicking the heels together 3 times. Yet we have a picture of her. Well, we don't, but Don does in his article here. A cute little girl, too. I would have had a crush on her as well. At age 8 in kindergarten, which is a little bit weird there, but at a elementary school in Oklahoma. So go ahead and continue, Don.
Okay, well, as I was pointing out, Stanley Ann was in these classes, both kindergarten and first grade, about 2 years older than the rest of the students. In particular, she was 18 months older than the college professor who sent me this photo of his class as a young boy in Putnam City, Oklahoma. And as I mentioned, she went to kindergarten, again with him. They were in the same class. Beginning in 1949. So the age he claims she was and the year fit the so-called 1942 birth date. In fact, she was supposedly born November 29th of 1942. Now, the school she went to was described to me, the kindergarten school, as a mind control school for kids. It was called Kindernook in War Acres, Oklahoma. It was run by a Mrs. Estes, who happens to have these Estes schools around the country, even today. There's some in Pennsylvania, I think in Iowa, Minnesota, possibly Michigan, Colorado, and the family she was related to founded the city Estes Park, Colorado. So all of this checked out. All of this information from my informant checked out, and I asked him some specific information about Stanley Armour Dunham. Did he ever meet him? Did he ever see him? Yes, he was introduced to him as Mr. Al. And his father and Stanley Armour Dunham talked about CIA-type issues. They talked about intelligence. They talked about things going on in foreign countries, behind the scenes. And
now we're talking about our happy furniture salesman here. Is that right?
Yes, this is the happy furniture salesman that could, according to Madeline, charm the legs off of a couch.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
Now, the informant's father worked for two chemical companies. He was a doctor. He had a doctorate in chemistry, and he worked for Wilson and Company out of New York, was transferred to Chicago, where he was introduced to the Dunhams. This corresponds with my prior research that Madeline Dunham had 4 addresses in Chicago. And anybody that wants to see that could basically Google her name in a people search engine, and you'll see that 4 addresses come up in the city of Chicago. It doesn't matter where they were. It's totally contradictory to anything that's been published about the family. And now I asked, well, where were the Dunhams from? And again, he reiterated they were from Chicago and Lebanon. Now that fit my discernment, my intuition at the beginning of this whole thing. I sensed that they were either Germans or they were Israeli agents of sorts. And it would be very likely that that's exactly what they were. These people are the same people trying to overthrow our government today. So without going into all of that detail, trust that I know what I'm talking about there. And the Abwehr, the Dachau DVD, were the Germans from the SS brought in through Operation Paperclip, and their central location was Oklahoma City. Why was that so important? Why did they choose Oklahoma City? Well, they were running the war effort, as they do most wars, out of Tinker Air Force Base, which is right in Oklahoma City. It made sense. Connecting the dots, it made sense that they would be there, that if they were intel agents, especially if they were double agents, and I think Dunham even was a triple agent, to tell you the truth. And you know, his first agency was his furniture salesman job. But no one can corroborate or substantiate any of that claim. That was just what they put out in the biographies and all the publicity that the media would write, the special pieces through interviewing people in the family or people who went to school with Stanley Ann Dunham up at Mercer Island. But I saw Mercer Island as a mind control or brainwashing type of school. This is a public school, and yet here they had 4 people who were known Marxists and members of the Communist Party. There was actually an inquiry about that. There were congressional hearings about that. These people went to a communist church called the Little Red Chapel in Seattle. Everyone knew that they were communists. And so it fit now, the information I was finding out about this elementary education in Oklahoma City, as well as her education in Beirut, Lebanon. And we've got a picture of that. The family put that out. I was the one that saw the letters NDJ on her school uniform and figured out that it was Notre Dame du Jamour in Beirut, Lebanon. And they're obviously visiting her in the dormitory there at the school. It's quite obvious the wear and tear on the room, and the furniture and the decor was Middle Eastern. was quite obvious. So